Hey there folks, greetings from Belgrade. My name is Erik and I wanted to make this video about why I love Serbs. So it's a beautiful morning here in March 2017 and I'm walking around the old city of Belgrade. And I just wanted to make this video about Serbian love that I feel. Serbian love because I'm from Canada and basically I have lived in Serbia for a few years now, and the reason I live here is because of the people. The reason I live here is because I never, in my wildest dreams growing up in Canada and stuff, thought I would find a place that's so suited to me and where people are so like me in such this way of being sincere and all this stuff. So basically, a little bit of background. I'm from Canada. My mother's family is half Ukrainian and half Canadian, sort of like Celtic, Scottish, Irish descent, and my father's family is German from Slovakia. So both sides of my family, I have this mixing of sort of like Western Germanic culture and Slavic culture. And I was raised by my grandparents in a specific way. They were from Czechoslovakia, even though they were ethnic German. But there was a real Slavic flavor to the way that they raised me somehow, even though they are ethnic Germans. And I always heard their stories of growing up and their attitude towards life and their hospitality, and I just always thought there must be a place like that. So every year I would travel farther and further in Europe, and when I was 18 I fell in love with a girl from Ukraine, and then I just started traveling in Europe. And every year I would go farther, visit my family in Slovakia, go a little further to Croatia. And then in 2005 in Canada, I made really close friends with this guy named Andre, who was Serbian from Bosnia. And when I got to be friends with Andre, I just immediately found that we connected. We were viewing life the same way. And so basically, we got very close and we shared our cultures and we understood each other so well. Unlike all these other Canadian people around us, who we found were sort of filled in their minds with stupid rules and stupid social constructs and things that you don't say and ways that you're not supposed to speak your mind and all this stuff, where me and Andre, we would just sit there and speak the fucking truth to each other. And we would click somehow. So then I traveled in 2006 to the first time here in Belgrade. Spent about 4 days, longer than I had imagined. But I came here and I just started meeting people, and they wanted to show me. Back then, Belgrade was still, compared to what it is now, a bit of a dump actually. But it was getting better, and the people were so nice. I just remember Students' Park, a place where I've been many times since then. But 2006, Belgrade. And I saw that there was something. It was easy to meet people, make new friends, and they wanted to show you the best of their country. So then, in 2007, I found out about something called Guča Festival. Andre told me. And so I took a summer, came to Europe, got an apartment in Vienna, and took little trips to Ukraine, to Slovakia, to Czech Republic. Well, I don't know where all these places I went were. But then I went to Guča Festival in Serbia, the trumpet festival. Now, a lot of people in Serbia will say, yeah, this is a really sort of peasanty festival, that only villagers go and stupid people, nationalists, all this stuff. All true, absolutely. But I went there and I was amazed by the atmosphere. And in the camp, I met some guys from Belgrade, and we had such a good time. Just at this festival, I had such an amazing time at Guča in 2007. I was in paradise. I was literally like buzzing for most of the time. It was opening up in a whole new world of friendliness with the people on the campsite, the sort of drunken craziness, the kind of humor and everything like that. And I was completely in love with this Serbian character of people and how open they are. Open in this way that I'm open, sincere and direct in the way that I'm sincere and direct, and sort of sharing the humor, sharing the disposition, sharing the moodiness and almost manic depressive nature that I sort of found myself having my entire life. I guess for my family and, you know, this Slavic part of me. And yeah, I fell in love with Serbia. So then in 2008, I decided to move here. I spent many months saving up money and I came here. And whereas before it felt like I was just swimming in the Serbian Ocean, in 2008 when I came here with no plan to return to Canada, although I did, it felt like I was thrown into the ocean. And I started to get this wave of these feelings and got really deep into it, you know. Started having relationships with Serbian women and started, you know, had a little depression, had all my friends help me through that, and just at that point I really started to see what makes, it's like a deeper thing. It's not like, you know, if you come here in Belgrade for a few days, you might get the impression that everybody's happy, hospitable, hanging out with their friends all the time, making stupid jokes, being loud, crazy all the time. It's not like that. There's a whole range of emotions here. There's a whole range of sort of depth of feeling that the Serbian soul experiences. Definitely very moody, definitely very dark at times, but I think from that darkness that people in Serbia can feel, you can also find the greatest kindness and the greatest sincerity to embrace that. You know, I grew up in Canada, and in a lot of places in Canada, if you don't walk around with a fucking fake smile on your face all the time, people ask you what's wrong. I mean, so it's fucking, like, it's completely different, because here people just let it all hang out. They let their misery hang out. Whereas in Canada, I felt like just for being myself, just for being direct, emotionally direct and sincere, and speaking from my heart, I was like almost ostracized from a lot of social circles growing up. That's the truth. I was ostracized. Here, people respect you for who you are in your heart if you express that, you know? They might not, you might meet some people who you don't like or stuff, but people respect that you are who you are, and you have the right to express your emotions and feel however you fucking want to feel. And so I love Serbs because Serbs are the most like me in that respect. You know, Serbs are the most, and you come here and it's just so easy to make friends. It's so easy to, when you want to relate to somebody, you know, I was on tour with my band in Switzerland, and it was the first tour with that group of people, and the people at the venue in Switzerland said it seemed like we'd known each other for 3 or 4 years, but it was like literally 2014. I'd just gotten together the new Belgrade bass lineup of my band, and it was our first time spending any real time together, and because of this Serbian culture, we were able to relate how the Swiss saw it as like we were old friends from years ago. Interesting. But yeah, I mean, if you are sick of being alienated in the West, if you are sick of being in this brainwashed, politically correct sort of not expressing your feelings, thinking about what's appropriate to say, come to Serbia. It's a breath of fresh air. One of the main reasons I live here is because I can be myself. I can be myself and sort of express who I am, and there's lots of people who are similar. I'm not saying that everybody could come here and, you know, feel like they could be themselves, but for me and my interests and who I am and my culture and the culture I was raised in by my family, the one that separated me from all the other people in Canada, here, that makes me free to be who I am. So I love Serbs because they are the warmest people I have met to people like me, and they have open hearts. And don't believe the hype, don't believe the negative reputation of Serbia. Yeah, there are some bad, nasty people, and I'll make another video about what I don't like about Serbs, but on the whole, I live in Belgrade because I love Serbs. And I live in Belgrade because this is the place where I feel like I can be myself. Ladies and gentlemen, Erik Moot, Belgrade Beat. Subscribe to the channel, please, if you like to hear this message about Serbia, if you like to hear the English expat perspective on the city. If it's a breath of fresh air, hit subscribe, and there's going to be lots more because I really feel like the channel is taking off. So thank you to the guy who you know, sort of told me that I should post this in the YouTube comments, and have a great day. And it's a wonderful spring in Belgrade, and we have a wonderful year to look forward to. So just wake up today in Belgrade. Don't think about the shit, the financial bullshit in your life, but just think about what you're grateful for, and think about how grateful you are to be in a place where people are real. Erik Moot, Belgrade Beat. Subscribe. Thanks a lot, guys. You guys are awesome.